Hey guys, good morning. It is Monday. Oh yeah, you guys ready to get things going today? Art City now, February 9th, the morning after Super Bowl Sunday. Is anybody up? So many people have always thought, and I've heard people talk, hey, the day after the Super Bowl should be a holiday. Not after last night's game. Ugh. People should have turned that crap off at half. That was bad. I don't even care if you're a Seahawks fan. That was just nasty. NFL's got to figure that out. Good morning. I'm Vic Faust. Producer Rise alongside this morning. So glad you were with us. Obviously, lots and lots of Super Bowl talk going on. Appreciate you guys being with us today from that standpoint. We'll talk about all things big game and related. Some big wins over the weekend from Zoo and SLU basketball. The AP poll comes out today. That'll probably have SLU gaining some spots, which is really cool. Weather's looking a lot better today and tomorrow before it starts to cool down just a little bit. Some of the things that are happening. Also, anything else that you guys want to jump in and talk about. As always, we're on X, Facebook, and YouTube. X, Facebook, and YouTube. That's where we stream live. We are your Lou Information station. We are live and on demand at luinfo.com. I also, it's you get curious about certain things that happen. I just want to know what you guys ended up doing for the Super Bowl. Did you guys, was it a situation if you went where people were standing around or sitting around watching commercials and so forth from that? Any commercials grab your attention and so forth? Or could you hear them? Any talks, debates, family members? Obviously, there was the most controversial halftime show of all time was taking place. Early indications just for, and not even from a sheer standpoint, just from, I was looking at this, just from streaming, looked like 10 or 11 million people tuned out of the halftime show to watch the Turning Point USA alternative show. So history being made as well there from a standpoint of now you can have multiple halftime shows if you don't like what the NFL's force feeding you. If you love it, great. If you don't, you have an option to go somewhere else. And certainly appears like that'll be the case moving forward. That's something that has you going as well. You can do that. Also, what other plans from the weekend that you fulfilled? Did things go through? I've got to ask producer right out of the gate if he actually made it to PokeCon Fest or not.
No, I didn't.
I knew you weren't going to go.
No.
You got my hopes up, and I knew you weren't going.
I'm not going to lie. I looked up some of the PokeCon events, and then I also had to rearrange my apartment too. So, like, I got back after work around like 12:30, and I was like, man, I'm only going to be there for like 2 hours, 3 hours. Like, when I got done with all my...
You didn't hit PokeCon Fest.
Yeah, I didn't hit PokeCon, man.
If anybody hit PokeCon Fest because it became a thing on our show, let us know if you went, how that ended up going. All right. We understand. The weather wasn't too bad this weekend, so it was decent from that standpoint. I just had a feeling you weren't going to be there. Also, the best and biggest dog show went down this weekend, yesterday, part of the Mardi Gras festivities. Get Book of World Record big, dogs dressed up, pets dressed up in their Mardi Gras attire was taking place. Let us know if you guys were into any of that over the weekend as well. But like we say, lots of Super Bowl the day after. 855-282-8255. We are your Lou Information station. We are live and on demand at luinfo.com. Okay. Last year, we had a blowout in the Super Bowl with the Eagles and Chiefs. Last night, for all intents and purposes, it was a blowout. I mean, it was. When you have a team that can only get 51 yards in the first half, that being New England, and then they come out the second half and it's even worse. I mean, it's just the one time in my life I was actually rooting for or wagered on the Patriots, they lose. It's why I despise that organization. I always have despised that organization. I am done rooting for the Patriots. I am done rooting for that team that became popular because of cheating. I am done because of Bill Belichick and all of his drama. I am done with their owner. Ugh. I learned my lesson. I should have learned it already back in 2001. I'm sorry. It's just those guys are just whatever. And Josh McDaniels, oh, what a brutal offensive game plan. I understand Seattle's great, but even no creativity. Where's Drake May trying to run the ball, using his legs? It's clear that kid was not ready for the big stage. And we saw the only reason the Patriots made it this far is because they had one of the easiest schedules in NFL history. And yes, you can have a much easier schedule than other teams. It's a fact. It is. And when you're beating your body up week after week, the mental fortitude it takes as well, the emotional strength, yes. And then you got to face Denver without their starting quarterback. I mean, and a joke in the San Diego Chargers. We know they are every year in the playoffs. Come on. They shouldn't have been there. But somehow, some way, I thought that they would finally play a good game. And they didn't. Drake May's too young. He was scared. Kid was afraid. Kid was absolutely afraid to be out there. He was afraid. He couldn't make it. His clock got sped up. Like, I'm going to get hit. I'm going to go there. It didn't help that his offensive line didn't help him. But at the end of the day, I was glad that the Patriots lost. And I'm glad that they got embarrassed because they're still the Patriots. They'll always be the Patriots. And I'm glad to come forward and speak truth about it. If you guys want to jump in on that, do so. That organization. And by the way, what is going on with Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots? North Carolina, and this is what was bizarre. Certainly, North Carolina on Saturday played a basketball game against Duke. They hosted Duke. Amazing game. They won on a last-second three. They only were leading that game the final 0.4 seconds. Robert Kraft had an issue many years ago with a spa. We'll just leave it at that. Accusations with him and a spa. What is Bill Belichick's girlfriend doing? Reports saw pictures of her wearing a shirt of the spa that Robert Kraft got busted at. Yeah, maybe there's something going on with Belichick and Kraft these days. I don't know. Who knows? But just very, 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 very interesting all the way around. I'm just grateful that we had another good NFL season. It's in the books. If you want to talk more, we'll obviously break down some of the individual things that happened with that game. You've got the game. You've got the halftime show. You've got the commercials. You've got the MVP. Congratulations to Kenneth Walker, running back. By the way, first running back to win the MVP since 1997, Terrell Davis. Which goes to show what an accomplishment that is. I mean, heck, he had just under 100 yards before half. And it's like, okay, now we see how this Patriots team made it this far. They played 6 last place teams during the regular season. They had a cake schedule. They had a cake playoff schedule. Then they played a real team and they got their arses kicked in by a real team. Daddy came home and laid the belt down. Opened up a can of you-know-what. So congrats to the Seattle Seahawks winning that championship. By the way, the Seahawks, and you never know who is your team going into next year and where they stand, because coming into the season this last year, before the season began, the Seahawks were anywhere from 60 to 75 to 1 odds to win the Super Bowl. That placed them 19th in the entire league of winning the Super Bowl. 19. So look at your team. There were 18 teams considered to be better odds of winning the Super Bowl last year than the Seahawks when the season began. And here the Seahawks are. So as we see and know in the NFL, anything's possible. If you have a really good defense to start with, it doesn't take a lot out of a quarterback. Sam Darnold, he was good. He was fine. He wasn't great. I wouldn't even say he was really good. I mean, he did what he had to do. He was certainly better. His game plan was certainly called better on the Seattle side. Josh McDaniels, literally, what the hell? Did he have money on the game against his team? Because he got a lot of credit all season long, and he deserves zero credit and all the blame for play calling, for not putting his young kid in a good spot, for not realizing his deficiencies. And you find out who the good coaches are when you have a 2-week break. Josh McDaniels is nothing special. He isn't. He's still the average ho-hum coach he's always been. Blah, blah, blah. Riding the coattails of Bill Belichick. Couldn't be a head coach. We realized that. And this guy, he was nothing special in St. Louis, and he's still nothing special. He's not. And that's part of it. Sometimes you get some salty guys. He's just not salty. He doesn't have it. He doesn't. He does not have it. Give him an easy schedule, and yeah, he'll tear it up. But not when it comes to the big boys like the Seattle Seahawks. Just wished we would have had 2 other teams in that game. Happy for Seattle. Just was a boring Super Bowl. One of the worst Super Bowls I can ever remember watching, even worse than last year. At least around these parts, we had the Chiefs to watch last year, and the Eagles looked good on offense and defense. So not the case here. We move on from that standpoint. So you can jump it on the show there. Also, the Olympics are underway. Blaine Gabbert, Drew Lock, and Chase Daniel. Literally, Blaine Gabbert, Drew Lock, Chase Daniel, all former Mizzou quarterbacks, all now Super Bowl rings, all on Super Bowl winning teams with 0 snaps. Blaine Gabbert won a Super Bowl in Tampa with Tom Brady. Chase Daniel got one back up. Was that with the Saints? Or who was it? Who's Chase Daniel Super Bowl? Was that the Saints? I thought it was with Drew Brees. And then Drew Lock gets his last night with the Seahawks as their backup quarterback. With 0 snaps. The home to the Super Bowl backup quarterback. Go get it. I mean, how about that? Chase Daniel, Blaine Gabbert, Drew Lock, 3 Missouri Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. That's funny. That is really good stuff. Yeah, I saw that online last night, and I was like, okay, right with you, my friend. This is Art City Now. We're here from 8 to 10 o'clock today, Monday through Friday. Also, Hot Take Central 2.0 follows us each day. That's with the former Blue, Cam Jansen, and Jim the Cat Hayes, Cardinals broadcaster. If you guys have anything you want to jump in and talk about, you can do that as well. Love hearing your opinions on everything that was going through. Also looking for some numbers from the Super Bowl last night and see where we are. Let's see. Oh, well, we'll get into some of the numbers too. From the halftime show, which will be pretty darn interesting. And now you've got 2 halftime shows that you can watch. And we're going to have more of them because of how last night went. When it came to some of the final numbers. Yeah, this is some interesting stuff to say the least. So, like, subscribe, share the show, jump in on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Once again, that's X, Facebook, and YouTube. What were some of the favorite commercials that you saw last night? We can get into some of those. I'll tell you some of the ones that did well when it came to focus groups, which is good, definitely for America. I also, I don't know. I mean, I thought for a boring game, I was totally cool with Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth. Chris Collinsworth is a lightning rod for controversy. I don't get it. I never understood why Joe Buck was a lightning rod for controversy around the country. Love Joe Buck. Think he's super talented. Obviously, he thought he was doing too much, maybe in October every year. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but I thought they did a pretty good job in an otherwise really boring Super Bowl. And people hung in there. That's for sure. Also, the Olympics are in full swing. I mean, talk about craziness right out of the gate. How about Italy? Literally right out of the gate. Are they dominating this Olympics or just all their events right out of the gate? Like their events are in the first few days. Because when you look at, I mean, they've been good, but I know the host country always wins more medals. They do. It just athletes are in their home country. They reach their best. But just within the first few days, Italy has 9 total medals right out of the gate. 1 gold, but 9 total medals. Norway is in second with 6 total medals, 3 golds. The United States has 2 gold medals, and that's it right now. So we've got 2 medals. Italy has 9, but the Americans have several more events coming up throughout the games, and they're off to a pretty good start. Breezy Johnson in the downhill, she won gold after Lindsey Vonn tore ACL before the Olympics, ran her practice run the other day perfectly with a torn ACL. And then when she competed, she crashed and burned, not literally, but crashed and was airlifted off the course, had an immediate surgery, said to be in good spirits. But then her teammate, Breezy Johnson, goes on to win gold in the downhill. So congrats to Breezy on taking care of business there. And then the United States figure skating team won the team gold. And they were awesome. I mean, they've arguably got the best male skater in the world, the best female skater in the world, the best dance team in the world. All those events will be coming up in the days and this next week or week and a half ahead when it comes to all of the competition that is taking place right now. Other things going on today, we'll see where the Billiken basketball team is going to be ranked. AP poll will be released. I love seeing it because I want to see how high SLU can actually get before the end of the season. They only have one tough game. It's the last game of the year. They're at George Mason. That's it. That's their tough game of the season. Sorry, Dayton was not tough. Come on, not at home. These teams that they're playing are not good. They're just not good. So SLU comes in. There's a chance that they could move ahead of, well, I don't know. Probably not. I was looking at some of the teams ahead of them. they're not going to. Virginia was one spot ahead of them. They're not going to pass Virginia because the better you get ranked, the teams ahead of you have to lose usually for you to have a chance to move up. Now their opportunity where they could move up. I was looking at some of the teams ahead of them this week. Virginia was 18. They didn't lose. Florida was 17. They didn't lose. BYU was 16. They lost, but BYU lost to number 8 Houston. So do they move past BYU, who lost to the 8th ranked Houston Cougars? Maybe they have a shot there. Maybe. But outside of that, then at 15, you had Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt lost to Oklahoma. So they'll for sure move up 1 or 2 spots. So the Billikens will move up to 17, I believe, at best. Maybe 17 is what we're talking. And then, maybe 17, which would be really, really cool if they could move up to 17. So the Billikens will move up to 17 or 18 this week, which is really good. And then, of course, you just keep piling up those wins, and teams ahead of you lose games, then you're going to move up even higher, which is really cool. So we've got that going on. By the way, the weather today supposed to be about 57, maybe 58 tomorrow. We got 2 really nice days, unseasonably warm for the second week of February. Of course, anything else that you guys want to jump into, we can get into that as well. Missouri with a massive game on Wednesday night as they try to get onto the bubble. Before their win on Saturday, they were considered to be a next 4 out team after the first group of players are in, or the first group of teams are in as playing teams. So we can get into the Mizzou. They play at A&M Wednesday. Huge game. Massive game for Mizzou, or at least it's an opportunity. A loss doesn't write off their season, but a win on the road at A&M, which are capable of doing, would certainly put them in the driver's seat or put them back into, for sure, tournament talk to get in to the tournament somewhere and somehow. All right, we're off and rolling on a Monday morning. 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. We are your Lou Information Station. We are live and on demand at louinfo.com. Always streaming live on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Jump in, join the show if you want. Let's talk Super Bowl. Let's talk commercials. We can talk halftime shows. Any and all those things, let us know. SLU basketball. St. Louis City FC is getting ready to kick off their season February 21st. That's coming around the gate as well. Lots to get into. It's a Monday morning. Jumping on the show. We promote St. Louis and all things national that have an appeal when it comes to our St. Louis region. Let's jump in. Producer Rice here. I'm Vic Faust. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after these commercials.
St. Louis, meet your new daily companion, the Lou Information Station app. Listen live anywhere, anytime with one click. Dive into live or on-demand content. It's the fastest way to stay connected to the conversations that matter in the Lou. Just search Lou Information Station in the App Store or Google Play and download it free today. The Lou Information Station app. Crystal clear St. Louis talk 24/7.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It should not be based solely on advertisements.
Not sure how to get a lawyer after an accident? Call Brown & Crouppen. We'll walk you through it. Worried it'll cost too much? Here's a fact. At Brown & Crouppen, you pay nothing up front, and we never get paid unless you do. When you're our client, you'll have all your questions answered, all for free. Hurt? Get the facts and help you need. Call Brown & Crouppen now.
St. Louis sports fans, now you can go deeper with STL Sports Central Insiders. Get exclusive access to Bernie Miklasz, Randy Carricker, Mike Claiborne, Jamal Mayers, and more. plus your chance to watch a Blues game in the alumni box with Jamal himself. Also, monthly giveaways, Bernie's columns all week, and you'll be supporting local sports media. Join now at stlsportscentral.com.
LouInfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown and Crouppen, 222-2222.
Your LouInfo.com news report. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is beginning the demolition of 6 homes in Florissant to clean up contaminated soil beneath their foundations. The homes sit near Coldwater Creek, where parts of the area are contaminated with radioactive waste linked to World War II-era nuclear weapons development. The Corps said the houses on Cades Cove will be demolished one at a time over the next month. Residents have been relocated and compensated. A St. Louis program known as Prop NS is designed to repair and sell vacant homes in North St. Louis. Since launching, only 12 homes have been fully rehabilitated. Under the new rules just approved, the city can spend more per property, and crews will be allowed to address interior demolition, plumbing, and sewer issues. The city of St. Louis has allocated $1.45 million to the United Way for support services after the May tornado, including mental health counseling through Better Family Life, legal aid from Legal Services of Eastern Missouri, and food assistance from Hosco Shift, Inc. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com and the free Lou Info app, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by Home Bank. Member FDIC. Secure your financial future by opening a high-yield checking account today. Go to myhomebank.bank to get started.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. No big storm systems heading our way for a while. We're in pretty good shape. Mid-50s and sunny today with high pressure over the area. Down to 40 and clear for the overnight hours. Will be a little bit warmer on Tuesday, sunny and close to 60, back down to 50 and sunshine for Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com and the free Lou Info app.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify.
800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. That's 800-803-1961.
All right, Cam, be honest. New Year's resolution still holding strong?
Not so much, Kat. But I did decide on one thing that I'm sticking with. Making home life better in 2026.
And that's a good one. And if better includes more fun, more time outside, and less stress, then you need to talk to Merrimack Pools and Outdoors.
Absolutely. They build backyard escapes, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, the kind of place everyone actually wants to hang out.
And now's the perfect time to plan. Don't wait until summer hits. Start now, get it designed right, and be ready when the warm weather shows up.
Merrimack Pools and Outdoors walks you through the whole process, from design to construction, and they do it the right way.
So if your New Year's goal is fewer trips, fewer crowds, and more memories at home, go to SplashSTL.com.
That's SplashSTL.com, and make this year the year your backyard finally wins. That's SplashSTL.com.
Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Glad you're with us. I'm Vic Faust, producer Rise alongside as well. This is Arch City Now. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Hot Take Central 2.0 follows us every day. That's with the former Blue Cam Jansen, Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. Monday, it is the MIZ-STL show. Grant Salzman and myself bringing you Mizzou coverage. Lots of basketball going on today with that Mizzou team. They won over the weekend, a road game. They played a really bad team, but at least they look good beating, or I say good, at least they won on the road beating a bad team. Something they hadn't done yet this year. That's good. They actually played decent on the road. So we'll have that for you from 10 to 11. And then, of course, from 11 to 1, it is Charlie Tuna and the posse bringing you what they can bring you from there. How about Tom Brady and Alex Early again on the dance floor Friday night at the Super Bowl, baby, at a Super Bowl party? I think it was Friday. The 48-year-old Brady, the 28-year-old Early, or 25-year-old Early. They were first seen at St. Bart's on New Year's. It almost looked like she was like trying to get attention with him that time. This time, Brady's actually like dancing with her in the corner, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's Tom having fun. You do it, Tom. You be you, buddy. And don't worry, there's no young quarterbacks in New England winning Super Bowls anytime soon that are going to make Patriot fans forget about you. Drake May isn't winning any Super Bowl anytime soon. Not after Josh McDaniels destroyed his career last night. Arguably one of the worst offensive game plans in the history of the Super Bowl, orchestrated by the former boy wonder. He is so overrated. I'm sorry. Josh McDaniels is one of the most overrated NFL coaches of all time. Of all time. Tom Brady made everybody around him look good. What has McDaniels won without Tom Brady? What did Belichick win without Tom Brady? Nothing. What's the secret sauce, my friends? It's Tom Brady. Tom, terrific. Terrific Tom.
Clip.
It's not any of these other jokes. These guys are jokers. They are. Oh, we're the Patriots. The Patriots. I won't even get started on Belichick and him being upset about his shaft, so to speak, from not being a first ballot Hall of Famer. We're just going to forget about that cheating. Oh, it wasn't that big. First of all, there's people who say he didn't cheat, and they're wrong. He did. It's factual. They had to pay fines because he cheated. Then there's people who will say, well, it wasn't that big of a cheating thing, Vic. Cheating is cheating. Cheating is cheating. And then when you're rhymes with a pick on top of it, yeah, no wonder you're not getting elected. Duly noted, as it should be. Anyway, last night, Super Bowl, we can get into that. We're talking about it all show today. We'll break down, if you want to, the commercials. We'll break down some of the things, waiting for some of the ratings to come out. Nothing else was going on. I expected it to be a highly rated Super Bowl at first. And then, boy, it was so boring by the third quarter. It's like this stuff. I mean, there was no, and I mean no chance of New England showing any sort of offensive mobility. Yeah, they had one quick drive, 2 long passes, touchdown. And then that was it. That was it. It was so bad. Now, Seattle's defense is really, really, really good. But the one thing about the NFL, which is so crazy, and you weren't in here when I was talking about it, the first part of the hour, Ryan, is the fact that beginning the season, the Seahawks were anywhere from a 60 to 75 to 1 odds of making or winning the Super Bowl. 60 to 75 to 1 odds. 19th best in the NFL. The Seahawks only had the 19th best odds of winning the Super Bowl to start the year. So think about the team that you follow going into this next season. Could there be 19 teams that could win the Super Bowl next year? What did the Seahawks have? They had the defense. It's like you've got to have a defense now, right now. Or at least that's one of the ways. If you have a great defense, you can get by with an average to maybe above average quarterback. It seems like that's the easier way to go. And out of all of the teams that made the playoffs this year, every team had a top-notch defense. Like 8 of them had a top-notch defense. 8 of the teams. So you had to have a good defense to make the playoffs this year, or one that was at least ranked high. And of course, your schedule helps if you played an easy schedule, and that's what the NFL does. They reward you for being really bad. Then the next year, you don't have to play a tough schedule. Then if you win and do really well, then the next year you play a tough schedule, or at least what is perceived to be a tough schedule. And it's like, okay, we see where that's going. Did you watch the game last night, by the way?
Yes, I did.
We haven't heard from you this morning. What do you think?
Very boring, man. So many field goals and so many 3-and-outs, and just, man, Drake May. I literally called it too. Like when he came out, and I'm like, man, there hasn't been any turnovers yet. I just feel like this kid's gonna fumble or something. He fumbles. Then when they get a little bit of momentum, I'm like, man, he's airing that thing out, man. When they threw like 7 passing plays in a row, I'm like, yeah, something's about to happen. He throws it into triple coverage, didn't get intercepted. Then he throws it again, and then gets intercepted. Nobody was there. Like he missed like so many guys. Like he was throwing the ball, it was behind him like 4 or 5 times. I'm like, yo, Sam Darnold just has to take care of business and let that kicker look like Greg Zuerlein in 2013.
Was there anything that stood out to you at all?
The Bad Bunny concert.
What about it? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
I tried. I couldn't.
I didn't know what he was saying, but I was entertained. Like I don't really know what else I could say about it. I didn't know what he was saying, but I liked it. It had nice cinematography, I guess. Like,
So you liked it from a cinematography
yeah, I liked it from
standpoint.
a cinematography point, and like,
Well,
it was nice. Like I saw like a lot of like nice cultural things. Like it was cool, but like I just didn't know what he was saying. I didn't know none of the songs except for the and then no, yeah. And then no, yeah.
Yeah, I want
That's
to.
the only song I know.
I want to hear. I want to hear something.
Yeah, I didn't know what he was saying, so I was just like, oh, I'm vibing with it.
I've heard the show
like the
ripped as
dancers.
the worst show of all time, and I've heard other people talk about them liking it like you.
Yeah, it was cool. It was not the best show it's not the best show or anything like that. It was the most viewed though. But like Bad Bunny's the biggest artist, so duh. Half the views probably weren't even from here. So
Well, that's
Like-
that's the other thing about it.
like duh is gonna be the
Even-
biggest guy. He speaks the most universal language of all time. almost,
So-
other than Latin.
So the controversy from the standpoint that, I mean, I'm sure people understood this is a guy who burns American flags at his concerts.
He performed here.
And of course Jay-Z put him on America's biggest game. That's why Turning Point USA, the former Charlie Kirk network, did their own concert last night. And just from downstream, it had 12 million views. It's unprecedented what they were able to do. That just shows you that when you pick an artist like Bad Bunny, you're doing it on purpose. And Jay-Z did it on purpose.
Yeah, that's why I didn't.
He did it on purpose to create controversy, to create a problem.
Exactly.
If you bring an artist on and 12 million people go turn off the Super Bowl to go watch another event, that's a massive statement. Nothing like that has ever happened in Super Bowl history. That's a problem for the NFL too. They don't want that. Advertisers don't want that. And we all know it's very easy to pick artists that appeal to the greater portion of the population, not artists who have burned American flags on stage and told Americans they need to learn Spanish if they want to know his concert, which he said coming in. These are issues. That's not somebody who's trying to unite America. That's somebody who's trying to divide America. And that's unfortunate because it's entertainment. Let's have fun. Everybody show up. No political statements. Why can't people just
Me and my friends.
Ugh.
Me and my friends were just talking about this.
It's not, but
yesterday.
this is not Bad Bunny's fault.
It's not. That's what we were saying.
It's not
It's
his
Jay-Z
fault.
fault.
It's
We were literally-
Jay-Z.
Look, we were saying this. Like, I'm not gonna say exact words that me and my friends were saying, but we were talking about this yesterday. Keep in mind, my friends in my group when we were talking, they're one's Puerto Rican, the other one's Dominican, right? So they're like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be cool." But I get if you guys didn't like it. Because if I don't even like, you guys don't get what you're saying, but you guys are gonna watch it and like y'all are gonna mess with it because it's a nice concert. He's a nice performer. But like we were saying, me and my other friend were like, dude, if he would have did the World Cup or something like that, I would have understood it.
What a great
Like we were
point.
saying, like if this was the World Cup and Bad Bunny performed at the World Cup, or if he performed at the Olympics that are gonna be in California or whatever, we would have been cool with it. But it's the Super Bowl. And that's what we were trying to say.
It's about America.
Like
America's game,
it's like
which the rest of the world doesn't even play.
Care about, right? They all tuned in because they like Bad Bunny, which is cool. He's a good artist. If you understand what he's saying, it's cool, right? He's a good artist. His songs are catchy. I get that. But it's like, it's the Super Bowl. That's what we were trying to get. And they were like, yeah, we get that. But we were like literally saying, if it was the World Cup or the Olympics, like, or anything else, like we would understand it. I don't even think he likes American football. Like,
I guarantee he doesn't know the rules.
yeah. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, we were literally just saying other
You're saying it well.
artists that made more sense. And that my thing was this. The reason that you chose him wasn't out of understanding your demographic. You did it as a middle finger to the president. You get what I'm saying? And
Yes.
it doesn't have anything to do with me because I'm not a political guy. Like, it's not,
You're not at all.
I rock with Trump, so I'm mad. No, it's like you just did that to piss off the president, dude. Like, if Bad Bunny would have performed at like any other event, I don't care if it was in the United States. If he would have performed at, like I said, the Olympics, I would have been cool with it. I just don't understand why did he perform at the Super Bowl? He doesn't even understand it, bro. Like, he never talked about football a day in his life.
Well, the issue was, and Jay-Z knew exactly, and Rock Nation knew exactly what they were doing. They tried to divide a nation, and that's what I was upset with. He did. I mean, anybody with half a brain knows when you pick that person to play at the most important event in the country each and every year, you're trying to send a message and you're trying to divide. You're not trying to unite, you're trying to divide. And that was unfortunate because who in their right mind would turn off the Super Bowl for the halftime show unless there was an issue? And you're talking just live streams up to 12 million live streams of Turning Point's alternative concert at halftime. That's unfreak YouTube blown out of the water.
Again, it's not about him being like
No.
Puerto Rican,
No.
Dominican, or anything like that. Because we have
Jay-Z.
J-Lo and
Yeah.
like Shakira before. It's just
And I like their
understood-
show.
Yeah, I liked it. It's just we got what they were saying. There was no way I was gonna learn Spanish enough to understand the whole songs and be like, oh yeah, I get what he's saying. Even when he was trying to be like in the back, when I saw his thing and it said love rises above hate, right? That was the only English I saw. And then he just kept speaking. I was like, I know he's saying something real, or he's saying something that's like probably bringing people together.
Well, it
but I
looked
don't know
like it
what
was a
he's saying.
celebration of the United Nations.
Yeah.
Which would have worked well, as you already said so eloquently, for a World Cup
Exactly.
or an
right.
Olympics,
That's-
not for a Super Bowl. Not for a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's the worst Super Bowl halftime show ever, because at the end of the day, I understood the cinematography, I understood it all, and I liked it. I wasn't entertained by the music. I was more entertained by just him walking around showing like the vendors and stuff and the pretty girls dancing and doing all the cool stuff. I was like, oh yeah, if this was just a regular concert, I would be lit. Like, I would like it. But I'm like, Jay-Z, why didn't America just put him in the Olympics? He's the biggest artist in the world. Like, just put him in the Olympics where everybody would understand it.
I get it, but he doesn't make calls for the Olympics. He makes
Exactly.
calls for the Super Bowl.
No, and that's when you understand your demographic and be like, hey, man. And that's the thing. If he would have just showed up with another artist that made a song with Bad Bunny, I would have been cool with it too.
Yeah, I mean, Lady Gaga came out.
Yeah, but
She was part of it. Cardi B.
Cardi B was in it.
Yeah, she allegedly came out in the stage. Cardi B she's
Yeah, that's what
Latina
I was
as well. So
That's what I was saying. I knew Cardi B was probably going to be in it. That's what I told my friends. They were like, no, he's not going to bring out Cardi B. He's going to do all Latino music. I'm like, no, he's not. He's going to at least bring out that one song he made that most people remember him from, too. But
yeah, my son called me with some bad info. He's like, Dad, they're gonna play a song called Monaco first. I guess he has a song called Monaco, maybe. He's like, Dad, one of his producers knows a guy who knows a guy. I'm like, okay. I wagered $10 on his first song, and it was not right. I was like, okay, that's all cool.
Again, I'm not hating. I just
No, you're not hating. No, you've done a great. I mean, you've done an eloquent job of explaining
I
it.
just don't get it. Like, as somebody that's like trying to understand the branding of it, it literally just looks like you're just trying to get at somebody.
Yeah, that's exactly what Jay-Z was doing. I mean, it is. It's 100% real, true, raw. It's what he was doing. And that's why he had to have people go find this other concert. And they did. And you know what? And hopefully everybody was happy. There's options. But what they did do now is there's a good chance you're going to now have alternative concerts every year.
Exactly. I was just about to ask that.
And that's not what the Super Bowl of the NFL wants.
Exactly.
Because they're going to lose money.
And somebody said in the comments, Turning Point wasn't even better either. I didn't even watch it, but I heard the people didn't even like that thing for real either.
That's not true. That's not what I heard. I watched most of it and I thought it was pretty good.
I don't even know who did it. Kid Rock, right?
Well, Kid Rock was there, Brantley Gilbert, the country, I can't think of her name, country music star. Oh, what was her name? I can't think of her name. Oh, I can't think of her name right now. But anyway, watch that. But they were up to 12 million views. I mean, you have 12 million views live streaming. That's insane.
Keep in mind that and that's the difference.
And we found it on TBN. It was
Yeah, my bad. But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if 12 million people, and keep in mind, Turning Point USA, from there, like from me looking in, like on the outside looking in, because I've never just deep dove into Turning Point USA.
Yeah, it's not like it's CBS.
But like, I know for sure everybody that tuned into Turning Point USA, like, watches the Super Bowl or does it every year and is like knows bat football and like is from here. That's why it's totally like the numbers are just inflated, because there's my friends literally said their family doesn't even watch the Super Bowl, but they were gonna tune in to Bad Bunny because they like Bad Bunny. They're Latinx, so they're gonna tune in. So the numbers are inflated as you could be, because he has the whole world behind him.
Well, yeah, that definitely that could be the case. The NFL did spend $20 million on the halftime show.
Oh, yeah, that set is wonderful.
That
set was insane.
$20 million on the freaking halftime show.
No, that set was crazy.
That's insane to me.
Like, that's what I'm saying. The cinematography, everything he can perform is like his butt off. It's not his fault at all. That concert was cool. I was just like, if he would have, again, I'm gonna keep saying this, if he would have did the Olympics or the World Cup and did that exact same concert, it would have been regarded as one of the greatest concerts of all time. And I stand on that.
Because of the
atmosphere of it, because of what he was trying to preach. Like, I asked some of my friends what he was saying.
I agree with you. I think it's a really good point, man.
Literally, I asked my friends that like speak Spanish what he was saying at the end, and I'm like, okay, if he would have did this at the World Cup or something, it would have been regarded as one of the greatest things ever. Like, they would have been like, oh my gosh, it was such a great performance. But since it was at the Super Bowl, you already got somebody else going against you, because Turning Point's like, man, we want an American-made thing. And I'm like, okay,
America
right?
first.
So they're going on that, right? So I'm like, you're already splitting it off.
Colombians, Puerto Ricans, South Americans don't care about the American game of football.
Exactly. Like, I'm gonna be honest, they don't. Like, some do, but like, I'm talking
football
about
is America made, America born, America produced.
Again, they like
for America.
And that's not even like anything like that. It's just they like a different type of football. Like they like soccer way more. It's literally the world sport. Like,
especially considering how bad the game was, and then it's like, all right, is this going to be any better? Anything? But there was so much hype going into the game about the show and what would happen at halftime. But we all knew it was going to be in Spanish. I mean, we knew it was going to be in Spanish. Yeah. And we knew he wasn't going to be burning American flags at the Super Bowl. I mean, come on. He wasn't going to be making political statements at the Super Bowl. It wasn't going to happen. And then, of course, there's different outlets reporting certain things. One organization was calling that a whole section was booing him as he was walking off the field. And that it just goes to show Roger Goodell is clueless. He's the owner's pawn, but it's very interesting to see what's happening with the NFL. It's like one thing that's interesting, maybe we have to wait till the end of the break to figure this out. How and what is going on that Roger Goodell is Jay-Z's lapdog? How has that occurred?
Bro, it's Rock Nation. That's why I'm not saying nothing crazy. Rock Nation, man.
Yeah, I know,
Rock
but
Nation's like that, bro. They'll get you gone.
There's been a political family that starts with the letter C that CL. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
I'll leave it there.
Rock Nation will get you gone.
That people have been afraid of over the years. But how could they have that control over the NFL and Roger Goodell and several billionaire owners where they make the call over the NFL? That's what I don't get. I know you're looking at me like, Vic, I know you don't get it. I don't get it. And I ask out of respect. I don't get it, man.
Oh, no. It's something with Beyonce and Jay-Z, man.
They own the NFL. They do.
Yeah.
That's what I have seen. 100%. We'll continue to talk about that. Everything else, Super Bowl, SLU basketball. Hopefully they go up in the ratings today, up to 17 or 18, I believe, after today in the NCAA basketball poll. Talk about Mizzou, the week ahead for them. We've got some great weather going on. What else is happening around St. Louis? What did you do for the Super Bowl? A lot of that talk today. Any new food you tried, any parties, any places, let us know from that standpoint. Most people I know were just home. I didn't even know if that many people having parties this year at all. It was like, there was kind of like, yeah, all right. Especially around these parts when the Chiefs weren't involved.
Yeah.
I felt like so many people had gotten so used to the Chiefs being there. Then when they're not there, it's like, oh, we don't care anymore. Whatever.
The Rams.
Yeah. Plus, it would have been a lot more exciting if the Rams were there.
It would have been a lot more. I know Stafford would have put up some tutties.
But maybe they would have blown out who knows?
I would have been cool with that. Revenge.
Also, University of Missouri, the school, with a nice honor from Time Magazine. We'll tell you where they place in regards to the best universities in America and what kind of criteria went into that as well. So we got some things to do. It's a fast hour, but leading and the USA Olympics getting back to action again today as well. But a lot of Super Bowl talk as well. Producer Rice here. I'm Vic Faust. We'll get back right after this. We are your Lou Information Station. We are live and on demand at luinfo.com.
Fast Track Auto Transport has been a trusted leader in vehicle shipping for over 25 years, providing reliable, affordable service across the U.S. Fast Track offers fast and safe transportation solutions for individuals, dealerships, fleets, and businesses of all sizes. The Fast Track team prides itself on honest communication, competitive pricing, and real-time tracking, which gives our customers peace of mind from pickup to delivery. Whether you're shipping a single car or managing a large fleet, Fast Track delivers a smooth, hassle-free experience every time. Come see why Fast Track Auto Transport has been St. Louis's go-to company for all your vehicle transport needs for over 25 years. The trusted way, the safe way, the Fast Track way. Visit ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004. That's ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004.
Listening to the exclusive home of Fighting Illini football, the Lou Information Station, 590 AM KLIS, Wood River, St. Louis.
John Summers. The Seattle Seahawks are the winners of Super Bowl 60. Seattle crushed the New England Patriots 29-13 from the San Francisco Bay Area Sunday. Puerto Rican Bad Bunny was the halftime show headliner, which elicited a response from President Trump. He called it one of the worst ever and an affront to the greatness of America. Tennessee Senator Bill Hagerty pushed for the SAVE Act to move forward. The second-term Republican defended the voter ID legislation during an appearance on Fox News Sunday.
I wouldn't say this is an across-the-board nationalization at all. It's one fundamental question, and that is, are you a citizen and can you prove it? Because those are the only people that should be voting, and that can be done on a nationwide basis.
The SAVE Act would require proof of U.S. citizenship to vote in federal elections. Meanwhile, Senator Adam Schiff took aim at President Trump's recent push to nationalize elections.
Appearing on ABC's This Week, The California Democrat said the president is doing anything he can to suppress the vote.
If he loses the vote, and I think the Republicans now expect they'll get a real drubbing in the midterms, he's prepared to try to take some kind of action to overturn the result. And we really shouldn't question that.
Schiff's comments come after Trump told reporters last week that if states can't run elections fairly, then the federal government should get involved. Trump also said some states run their elections horribly and made renewed claims of past election fraud. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says the U.S. wants a peace deal between Ukraine and Russia by early this summer.
Zelensky's comment comes in a statement issued Saturday by his office. He says Washington has proposed that delegations from both countries meet in the U.S. and that Ukraine will take part. Zelensky's remarks followed another large-scale Russian attack overnight on Ukraine's power grid by hundreds of drones and missiles. I'm Scott Carr.
From America's News Network, USA Radio News.
Maybe this is you too. There's enormous frustration right now with healthcare costs. It is amazing. Healthcare costs for families in the last 20 years have almost tripled, and it just keeps getting worse. All this to say, this is why MediShare is so in demand right now. People are looking for alternatives, and MediShare is proven. You can save thousands of dollars a year and actually like it more. Over 1 million Americans are now part of healthcare sharing, and MediShare is the gold standard. It's trusted. It works. It's been helping people save money and have peace of mind now for 30 plus years. It's not some big impersonal thing either. It's a community of people like you helping each other. So yeah, if you're frustrated too, here's your chance to make a refreshing change. You'll notice the difference as soon as you call. They're easy to talk to. You can get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number. Call 855-SHARE-40. That's 855-SHARE-40. 855-SHARE-40.
News reports on the Lou Information Station are presented by Brown and Crouppen. 222-2222. 222-2222.
St. Louis sports fans, now you can go deeper with STL Sports Central Insiders. Get exclusive access to Bernie Miklasz, Randy Carricker, Mike Claiborne, Jamal Mayers, and more. Plus, your chance to watch a Blues game in the alumni box with Jamal himself. Also, monthly giveaways, Bernie's columns all week, and you'll be supporting local sports media. Join now at stlsportscentral.com.
Yo, I got a key to the front door, badge to the back, 100 little problems and they all attack. I'm the boss, the backup plan B, C, and D. If it breaks, guess what? Who's fixing it? Me? I'm the meeting, the marketing, the late night grind. The day we pay that bill, panic on my mind. Yeah, I started this dream with a big old plan. Now I'm the whole department in the one-man band. CEO doesn't mean chief everything officer.
Delegate like a boss, because you are one.
Contact Morgan Pinnacle Group to learn more.
When it's time to bring the energy, don't fake it, fuel it. Drink Thunder is the all-natural, plant-based, fruit-based pre-workout drink that gives you real results without the junk. No sugar, no crash, just clean energy, powered by nature, and loaded with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that help you perform at your best. Go to drinkthunder.com and grab your favorite flavor: orange, mango, blackberry, lemonade, or strawberry cream. Drink Thunder, the clean way to power your workout. drinkthunder.com.
Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill has a new menu. Don't freak out. Hot Shots favorites are still there, like their famous wings, tacos, burgers, and pizzas. Plus, sure to be new faves like Big Philly egg rolls, the Bold and Hearty Slugger sandwich, the Buffalo chicken pizza, and 2 new wing sauces, Carolina Gold and Bourbon Glaze. And making a comeback, it's the return of Hot Shots' legendary waffle fries. So now there's even more to love at Hot Shots. Come try out the new menu at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Find the location nearest you at hotshotsnet.com.
The Lou Information Station presents Art City Now with Vic Faust.
Hey guys, happy Monday. Welcome back into the show. Appreciate you being with us today. It is Monday. It's February 9th, early Monday morning, the morning after the Super Bowl. I've always wanted a holiday the day after the Super Bowl, that's for sure. Not like I went out and hit it really hard last night or anything, but it's always nice. It's America's game, right? America. It's America's game, not South America's game. Screw you, Bad Bunny. We hate you. Joking, of course. Joking, of course. Super Bowl, we'll see where the ratings were when some of those numbers start to come out. We were going to the break, and we'll get into that here too. We are Arch City Now here Monday through Friday, by the way, 6 to 8 a.m. First hour flew by. Gone. Take it to 8 o'clock. Hot Take Central 2.0 follows us. Cam Jansen, the former Blue Cardinals broadcaster, Jim the Cat Hayes. Super Bowl talk this morning, all aspects of it. Where'd you go? What'd you eat? What'd you think? Halftime, commercials, any of that. We haven't even gotten into the commercial aspect of some of those things. But anyway, we appreciate you jumping in on YouTube, X, Facebook. Real quick, if we could we jump into some of the comments that you saw from YouTube from the standpoint of some of the people that were jumping in just from their standpoint? And I'm sure it had to do, didn't you say it had to do with the halftime show?
Yeah, it had a lot to do with the halftime show. So my boy Derpy, he was saying, first he said, worst Super Bowl ever.
One of the worst.
From, like, just the guys on the field, I was not interested in anybody. I was more interested in seeing Will Campbell just get his stuff took. Like,
by the way, for those who may not know, that is the rookie left tackle for the Patriots he gave up a Super Bowl record. It was 12 or 14 quarterback pressures. I think it was 14 pressures.
Okay, hopefully I'm gonna send this. I have a video of him. Like, you remember when he said when he got drafted? Do you know what he said?
I can't remember what he said.
I will fight and die to protect this quarterback.
Okay, well,
you did not.
He died last night.
You died,
and so did Drake May, who was looking over his left shoulder the entire game.
You got to realize, though, I think they started 2 rookies.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they're going to be good. They're just not ready.
Yeah. And then he also said Prince is the best halftime show. I don't even think I was alive for that one. What was that, 2000?
All I know is I remember it, and you're talking to somebody who loves Prince. So I thought Prince. Here's the deal, though. We're different. I'm going to tell you who I am.
2007. So I was 4. So.
Here's the thing. I still think the greatest performer in Super Bowl history was Michael Jackson. I'm sorry.
That's what I heard too.
1993 Rose Bowl, California. Michael Jackson. Freaking amazing.
We don't have any artists like that anymore.
We don't. And then I love Prince in 2007, but I thought those guys were super entertainers. And then a friend of mine despised not the people, but the talent of Michael Jackson and Prince, and thinks they're terrible. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding. But once again, here it goes. It's that same thing we talk about: fashion, food, and music.
It's all subjective.
Fashion, food, and music.
And then
I don't like the music that I hear from Bad Bunny. I don't. I was like,
I love it.
See, that's just it. It's into.
Yeah.
I've tried. Like I told you, there's some rap I like, and I've tried with my kids. I literally gave it a shot for 5 freaking years, and something in my brain, and it doesn't sound good to me. And then things that I like, my kids don't like. And then one of my best friends, he loves this music from the 70s, like this folk stuff, and I'm like, and he thinks it's the greatest music of all time. Like, he can't listen to anything else, and I can't listen to that.
Like, my thing about Bad Bunny is this: I'm never gonna go in my car and be like, you know what? That's a lie. I did play a Bad Bunny song in my car before, but that was after like an event. But like, every time I've heard a Bad Bunny song, the atmosphere I was around made me like it more. Like, if you get what I'm saying, like, you know how you plug in a piece on a puzzle, right? For me to really for me to enjoy a music of a culture that I don't really like, I don't speak or I'm not a part of, I have to be surrounded around that culture, and for me to really feel the atmosphere and feel these people's vibes. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I did.
Like, every time I've listened to Bad Bunny, I've literally been around either like Latinx people. So I was like, okay, this is their culture. It's fun. This is lit. I love the dancing and stuff. I love eating, like enjoying their culture. Like, I just didn't understand it for the Super Bowl. I'm gonna be honest.
No, I'm with you. No, of course.
Like,
And the only reason I didn't watch Bad Bunny, and had nothing to do with politics, it had to do with my country. I live here in America. And if any artist has ever burned an American flag on stage for whatever reason, I'm not going to support that artist. And that has nothing to do with politics. It has to do with my country. It has to do about the red, white, and blue.
facts though, I get that.
And that's
He
not.
didn't have to burn an American flag. I understand why, but you didn't have to do it.
And I understand why he did it.
Exactly.
But once again, this gets back to Jay-Z, knowing that he's going to create controversy and that he doesn't like the president. And but I would hope that Jay-Z would love America enough not to do something like that and try to start trouble.
And that is my whole point.
And doesn't Jay-Z have some issues going on? Did he and Beyonce just scrub their Instagram accounts recently?
I don't know. I don't even follow them.
Yeah, there's some other issues going on there. But it's just, hey, why can't we all just love each other? You talk about love and getting along, but you can't be, you can't be in a situation where you put somebody like that in a role like that when there's controversy. By the way, the alternative show, whether it was good or not, 25 million YouTube views last night.
Exactly.
That's with hardly any promotion.
Yeah, I never heard.
The NFL does not want or need this happening every year.
And now it's like it may be happening every single year now.
But here's the other thing. Do you know how long it's been since there was a country music concert at the Super Bowl?
It's been a minute.
Try 32 years.
Are we serious?
Yeah, 32 years since there's been a country
I
concert.
don't even like country, but that's insane.
Yeah, see, and this is what happens when people like Jay-Z start to take over.
Like, that's insane.
It's like let's be real about this and break it down.
Look, if this is my thing, I'm gonna say it again. If you're gonna choose Bad Bunny, right, to come on, if you're gonna do that, go that route, you need to bring on multiple different genres of music. If you want to make it all about everybody, make it to where everybody's going to enjoy it. Like, that's all I'm saying.
It's not that difficult to put a show together where you can have multiple genres all in the same show. That's what Turning Point did last night. They had country, they had rock, they had two people playing the violin, and they bounced. And I'm like,
y'all can just do
for a low budget production, not a $20 million production that the Super Bowl had. They did a really good job of bouncing around and putting different people on. And I'm like, why can't the Super Bowl do that? The Super Bowl should have, why not have Bad Bunny and go straight from Bad Bunny to Kid Rock? Why not?
You could have mixed their songs.
Hell
together. It would've been
yes.
So cool.
That's unity.
Yeah. And then it would have been cool if
We're doing the show next year.
Like if he brought out all the flags like he did, and then everybody brought out flags and they just like put it out at the end and did.
I'm not for all the flags, and I'll tell you why.
I'm not either. But like if they would have did it, I would have been like, okay, it makes sense. But like
World Cup, like you said earlier, yes.
Cup stuff,
Olympics, like you said.
like
This is America's game. It's not the world's game. But Roger Goodell, I've never had a lot of respect for him anyway. He's a coward. The way he handles issues, the way he handles press conferences, the way he handled the Rams. I mean, the man's a coward. He's a flat out coward. If he was here, I'd tell him to his face. And it's not like I'm trying to be mean. It's just the man's a coward. He is a coward. And I don't know how I know how he looks himself in the mirror every day because he cashes a $40 million check every year. So that's how he looks himself in the mirror.
who pays him?
Owners, the NFL league revenue, that it all goes in.
So,
he represents the owners. That's his deal.
I want to keep reiterating this because I don't want people to think I dislike
But-
Bad Bunny, bro.
When did you you didn't diss
Like,
Bad Bunny?
I know this is what I'm saying.
You
though.
said you liked the show.
I'm saying I like the show and stuff, but what does Jay-Z do? Like, what is his like? Or do they just want like an outside source to like choose it? Or like,
What do you mean? What does he do?
What is his level of power in this? Why does he have?
Thank you. That's a
what
question I
wanna
wanted to know.
What is his like? What is his level in this to be able
For
to be
people
like,
who don't know, Jay-Z and Rock Nation choose the halftime acts. For example, in the offseason, there was talk before the season began that Taylor Swift was going to be the performer. And literally Roger Goodell said publicly, he's like, well, we'll have to talk to Jay-Z. Jay-Z will be, and Rock Nation will be making that decision.
so goofy? That's
And I was like, you coward.
like exactly. You know what I was saying yesterday? Me and my friends, we were having a call for 3 hours before the Super Bowl talking about this topic. We were like,
But for hours about this topic?
yes, we talk on a call about other stuff.
I'm listening to you guys. That's pretty good
But
for
we were
young
talking
20-year-olds. I'm impressed.
Oh yeah, we got
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, my friends, we hop on. My friend does Twitch and we talk about stuff too. But we were talking about this for like 2-3 hours, like jumping from different topics. We were like, man, If we would have had Taylor Swift, everybody would have watched.
Yeah,
it anyway.
but Taylor, that's who they were going for first this year. The problem is she wanted rights. She wanted some sort of financial rights. They couldn't come to an agreement from a financial standpoint when it came to dollars and what she would be able to control, because at her level, she wants total control of a lot of things.
Did Bad Bunny not have total control of this?
No, meaning Bad Bunny didn't make any money.
Oh, he didn't come. See, that's what I said.
These artists at halftime, it's the publicity of playing the world's biggest show.
See, and that's what
and that's the problem. And she wanted to be paid for some sort of it. I don't know the specifics, but it had to do with her making money. She doesn't need more hype. Everybody knows her. Not everybody knew Bad Bunny.
Yeah. If you're not like, I'm gonna be honest. If you're not, unless you're like, you speak Spanish or you're my age, you're not gonna know Bad Bunny. And the only reason I know Bad Bunny is because I've been to clubs and stuff in like Houston. I've been to Latin clubs before. So it's like, duh, they're gonna play Bad Bunny. But if you don't know Bad Bunny, you don't know Bad Bunny. And like everybody knows Taylor Swift. Everybody got a Taylor Swift song. Like that's all I'm saying. If you want to,
but literally the last time a country music halftime I mean, here we are the day after the Super Bowl. We're talking about a halftime show because the game sucked.
Facts. I've never talked about the halftime show this
Way to
long.
go, Patriots.
Good
Can't
job,
stand
Bad
I
Bunny,
can't stand that team or that organization. I just can't. Like I said, I wagered on the Patriots last night. I bought into the hype. I was like, they had the easiest schedule ever in the history of the NFL to make the Super Bowl. The Broncos lose their starting quarterback. You play the Chargers. I was like, oh, give me a break. It's like you guys played, and I figured somehow, some way, some mystique from the past. Oh, Josh McDaniels, that it would come in.
That narrative. Like they kept pushing that narrative. Like,
And I thought Sam Darnold, who'd been a turnover machine, I thought might make some turnovers. I thought the Seahawks would win, but I thought it would be like a 17-14 game. That's literally what I thought it would be.
20-17, 23. I didn't think the Patriots are going to put up over 15 points, though.
And then, yeah, just bad. But credit to the Seattle defense. By the way, the last country music Super Bowl halftime show featured Travis Tritt, Clint Black, the Judds, Tanya Tucker, over 32 years ago, 1994, without a country music artist for the halftime
I
show.
wasn't even close to being thought of during that time. That's insane.
And then you look at how long people have been making the decisions on the Super Bowl and where they are.
Again, I'm not even a person who even likes country, but that's wild that country music hasn't been in a Super Bowl in over 30 years.
Yeah.
Like, even if I didn't like country, I would understand a country Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I still would have rocked it because I like country, like certain songs. I like that one song called "When I Taste Tequila." I don't know what it's called though, or who made it.
And I don't know. I just feel, the All-American halftime show pulled in over 25 million views just on YouTube and Rumble. That's on YouTube and Rumble. Yep. With a lot of large groups watching together, so they know the numbers are going to be climbing. So now, yeah, they're going to do it again. They've already said they're going to do it next year. And that's their first time doing it. And they've never been in the business of producing events. The Super Bowl spent $20 million. The NFL spent $20 million on their halftime show. That's a lot. Plus, it's a chore to turn the channel too. And if you're watching at a party or something, it's almost like everybody has to be in agreement if you're going to turn the channel for halftime, because we know a lot of times people don't want to create controversy. They won't say, hey, turn the channel. I'm not watching this halftime show. If you're somewhere else, you may just walk out of the room, or you just may grin and bear it. You're not going to try to start trouble.
You know what's crazy? Bad Bunny kept me in my seat though, more than the regular Super Bowl. But I'm a totally different type of watcher though. Like, I'm watching it because I'm like, ooh, I like how he did this the scene. I like how he dropped down into the floor of like he dropped down into the floor of some family basically and pre-recorded it and then walked out of the door.
Yeah, but it was,
it was cool cinematography. Like, the cinematography was 10 out of 10.
Yeah, and you look at it from that standpoint, from a creative, and I totally get it.
The music wasn't bad,
and that makes total sense.
Right, like
Some of the ads, I don't know if you watch some of the ads. One of the ones that did great with the focus groups was an America ad, the Budweiser being praised for an incredible patriotic pro-America Super Bowl ad. That was one of the big ones that they had coming out of the gate last night. I liked one early it made me remember when I look at ads, I'm like, what ads? I took a class at Mizzou in this. We're in advertising. What ad makes me literally think about that the next time I see a product that I might buy something? And it was called Liquid Death.
I love Liquid Death. We're at the party I was at yesterday.
I had no idea
Liquid Death.
I never knew what Liquid Death was really until that commercial last night.
Exactly.
And I thought they did a terrific job. They caught my attention with how they were showing like people running around without heads from drinking other kind of energy drinks, and then explaining what it was, the amount of caffeine you get in a Liquid Death. And I'm going to try a Liquid Death from the caffeine standpoint. That's what did it for me. I don't know if anybody else had an ad that was listening that they felt moved the needle for them, so to speak. But that one did it for me. And then my one that I was laughing at was a Dunkin' Donuts commercial that Tom Brady was in, Jennifer Aniston, Ben Affleck, Urkel was in it. Carl. That because the people that they were able to get in it. And then that was my favorite ad. So those were the ads that worked for me. I don't want to come down on State Farm, but if you work in the insurance business or construction business, sometimes you get frustrated with some of these businesses. Maybe not saying State Farm, but I know some families that are having to deal with, let's just say, some insurance companies that get their houses fixed from the tornado, and it hasn't gone so great. Maybe State Farm is involved, maybe not. But when I see State Farm ads, I'm just like, oh, okay. All right. All right. All right. You do your thing over there, SF. We'll see where that goes. This is Arch City now. Glad you guys are with us this morning. Vic Faust here. That's producer Rye on the other side, talking all things Super Bowl from last night. Olympics, we'll get into that talk too. SLU basketball, the AP poll will come out today. They had another just dominating performance on Saturday. Actually, it was close in the first half, and then it was just like lights out city. Mizzou got a win as well. We'll get into that. They have a big game on Wednesday night as they get ready to move forward. I said it a little bit earlier. Blaine Gabbert, Drew Lock, Chase Daniel, 3 former Mizzou quarterbacks, 3 of the best of all time at Mizzou. Throw in Brad Smith there, but he didn't get to go to a Super Bowl as a quarterback. Those 3 all have Super Bowl rings now as backup quarterbacks in the NFL with 0 snaps played. 3 freaking former Mizzou quarterbacks have Super Bowl championship rings now with 0 snaps. And I never, ever, ever root for anybody to get hurt, ever, especially after having a daughter who was an elite runner and seeing her, struggle through some injuries, and then having 2 sons, both who had to deal with some injuries playing football. I never, ever, ever root for anybody to get hurt. But last night I was just hoping that there would be some sort of problem with a helmet for Darnold or something where he would need to, or blood on his uniform where he would need to leave the field, and Drew Lock could come in and get 1 snap. Drew Lock is the backup, if you didn't know, the former SEC touchdown holder and Mizzou quarterback. I wanted him to be able to get in the game. He is the backup quarterback in Seattle, and he won a ring last night. So good for Drew Lock being ready to go in and play last night, although the opportunity did not happen for Drew last night. I'm curious. I don't really know many people who like the Seahawks in this area. I don't know anybody, not one person do I know that likes the Seahawks. And we know that St. Louis is an area where if you like NFL teams, you like lots of teams because we don't have our own team. But not one person do I know in my life that likes the Seahawks. Now, I do know, ironically, people in this area who do like the Patriots, which blows my mind, but there are a few of those outliers out there. Blows my freaking mind. Not quite sure how it ever happened. Maybe it was Tom Brady. Maybe it was Belichick, but I don't know. You're allowed to like you like. I just never knew anybody. So another one of the reasons why I just felt the Super Bowl was kind of weird in these parts. Just like, yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. And then, of course, we'll see where the ratings go. But in the end, 29-13 from that game. Kenneth Walker, your MVP. The winning players in the Super Bowl. Now, granted, I mean, league minimum's like, what is it, $700,000 now? 800,000, I think league minimum is. And these guys make a lot of money. Yes, they have agents. Yes, they have taxes. So it takes a big chunk out, but they still make really good money. With that being said, did you know what Super Bowl competitors made last night in the game?
Let's see. I don't know at all.
Losing team, each player about 100,000. So you get a little extra. It's like $100,000 bonus.
Okay.
That's before taxes.
Oh, so about like what, $60? 60.
But keep in mind the league minimum in the NFL right now is $840,000. That's the league minimum that you have to get paid for a year.
No wonder they be hating on the NBA, man. That NBA money's different. Because NBA's lowest, I think it's like 1.2 million.
It is. Yeah, no, it is. It's more money. It's definitely more money. But there's more there's more people to pay in the NFL. That's what happens from that standpoint. But $840,000. Then what's also interesting is for practice squad players, the pay structure is different. Players with 2 years of service in the NFL or less get $13,000 per week, while those with 2 or more years receive a minimum of $17,000 to $22,000 per week. So that's how it breaks down. Then you tell you what it means to make the Super Bowl. So it's an extra $100,000 if you lost. If you're a winning team player, $178,000 is what you get. And the MVP of the game does not get anything more. So Kenneth Walker didn't get anything more. However, here's what most players have. Most players have in their contract that if they become a Super Bowl MVP, a clause of $500,000 or more kicks in that they would get paid. That's typical from what I could find. So hopefully Kenneth Walker picked up a $500,000 raise one night game for himself.
Isn't he a rookie too?
No, Kenneth, he's not a rookie, is he? No, I didn't think he was a rookie. If you have time to check, I can't jump to it right now. Love watching him at Michigan State. Terrific running back at Michigan State. And
oh no, 4th season. I was like, I thought I heard him before, but he was.
No, he's been around. He's been really good.
Yeah.
No, he's been very good. And more power to him just from the game standpoint. Okay. We'll take a quick break. We'll continue. We're zipping through the show today. Hopefully it's entertaining radio for you guys. I know it's been a lot of radio talk. Jump in. Let us know what you did. Commercials, halftime show. If you agree, disagree, the Bad Bunny stuff. USA Olympics in full swing. Obviously there's a lot of events that still have to go on, but the Americans way, way, way back out of the gates when it comes to total medals. But they do have 2 golds. The men get started in their action later this week. The women have a game Wednesday. Mizzou SLU basketball, and it's going to be a nice day of weather. So we'll take a quick break. This is Art City Now. We are your Lou information station. We are live and on demand at louinfo.com. We'll be right back right after this.
The Lou Information Station, a whole new way to enjoy content created just for those of us in the St. Louis area. It's a whole new way to advertise and promote your business. Reach out and find out just how different we are. If you're tired of one-sided advertising offerings or your traditional media rep trying to shove digital marketing down your throat, visit louinfo.com and click on advertising or email partnerships at louinfo.com for more information.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
At Brown and Crouppen, we get that after an accident, money's tight. That's why we offer so much for free. First call, free. First consultation, free. Stuck at home or in the hospital, we'll come to you for free. So call Brown and Crouppen, where we don't get paid unless you do. And your first consultation is free.
The Lou Information Station presents coverage of the Mid-States Hockey Playoffs presented by Vantage Credit Union. Game coverage includes Founders Cup, Wickenheiser Cup, and Challenge Cup games, including each division's championship. Tune in or log on to the Lou Info YouTube channel. Mid-States Playoffs are presented by Vantage Credit Union and by Mattingly Lumber, WashU Medicine Orthopedics, and by Kenny Reinhold with Caldwell Banker Realty Gundaker.
LouInfo.com news headlines brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. GetBC.com.
Your LouInfo.com news report. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is beginning the demolition of 6 homes in Florissant to clean up contaminated soil beneath their foundations. The homes sit near Coldwater Creek, where parts of the area are contaminated with radioactive waste linked to World War II-era nuclear weapons development. The Corps said the houses on Cades Cove will be demolished one at a time over the next month. Residents have been relocated and compensated. A St. Louis program known as Prop NS is designed to repair and sell vacant homes in North St. Louis. Since launching, only 12 homes have been fully rehabilitated. Under the new rules just approved, the city can spend more per property, and crews will be allowed to address interior demolition, plumbing, and sewer issues. The city of St. Louis has allocated $1.45 million to the United Way for support services after the May tornado, including mental health counseling through Better Family Life, legal aid from Legal Services of Eastern Missouri, and food assistance from Hosco Shift, Inc. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com and the free Lou Info app, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by Home Bank. Member FDIC. Secure your financial future by opening a high-yield checking account today. Go to myhomebank.bank to get started.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. No big storm systems heading our way for a while. We're in pretty good shape. Mid-50s and sunny today with high pressure over the area. Down to 40 and clear for the overnight hours. Will be a little bit warmer on Tuesday, sunny and close to 60, back down to 50 and sunshine for Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com and the free Lou Info app.
St. Louis sports fans, now you can go deeper with STL Sports Central Insiders. Get exclusive access to Bernie Miklasz, Randy Carricker, Mike Claiborne, Jamal Mayers, and more. Plus, your chance to watch a Blues game in the alumni box with Jamal himself. Also, monthly giveaways, Bernie's columns all week, and you'll be supporting local sports media. Join now at stlsportscentral.com.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. That's 800-891-6335.
Hockey parents, be honest. Are your tournaments this season feeling a little unpredictable? You've planned the weekend, booked the hotel, hauled the gear. You deserve a tournament provider that's as organized as you are. And that's where Big Bear Tournaments comes in. No guessing games, no mystery matchups. We proudly list every registered team right on the website so you always know exactly who's in your division. There's great competition, clear communication, and zero last-minute surprises. Make your season smoother. Check out your next tournament at BigBearTournaments.com.
Back to more of Arch City Now with Big Faust on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey, what up, St. Louis? It's 7:35 on a Monday morning. It is February 9th. Oh, it's a beautiful day. It's going to be a great day as well. The weather should be nice today, 57 for a high. Should be around 56, 57 tomorrow and sun. enjoy it because it's going to get a little bit more cold throughout the St. Louis area. And of course, we will try to do that. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. for Arch City Now. Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Jansen, the former Blue, and Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. Follow us Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 o'clock. And of course, it's a Monday morning. Usually people, I don't know, it just depends on your schedule, what kind of work day you have, what's scheduled. Always seems like it's a little bit slower the day after the Super Bowl. People ate a little bit more if they had some beverages or not, depending upon the schedule. Usually that game ended kind of early last night. It seemed like it was earlier. And because it was so boring, it seemed like it dragged, but the time seemed like it went by fairly quickly. I was really, really, really just hoping for a good game. No, we didn't get it, and it's fine. Final score 29-13. Of course, Seahawks won. Congrats to the Seahawks. The thing I really like about the Seahawks is the fact that nobody expected them to be there this year. I love the story of their quarterback. Literally left. I mean, think about this. You win 14 games. Literally, you win 14 games for the Minnesota Vikings last year. You lose in the playoffs. Okay, granted, I get it. You lose in the playoffs. And then your team dumps you for a young kid
who hasn't even played a snap yet. Mid at Michigan.
And Sam Darnold gets thrown out the door. He never had a chance. 5 teams, 8 years. He went to the Jets. You go to the Jets to have your career die. Ask Brady Cook. Brady Cook's done some decent things this year and had no help. The Jets have not figured out offense in a long time.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Wizards of the NFL. You go to the Wizards in the NBA to just
Oh.
like a graveyard.
So Sam Darnold bounces around. You just got to believe in yourself in life. You have to believe in. You have to see the vision. You have to call it out. You have to imagine yourself winning it. You have to feel that success before it happens. And that's what Sam Darnold kind of talked about when I heard him. It's one thing to say it. It's another thing to actually believe it, feel it, live it when it's not happening. We see things in life in the 3D, and it's so difficult to take yourself out of that. You have to change your 3D. I know it sounds a little different. It starts with the visualization, but visualization is just the first part of it. He did it all. And then he sees himself in a great situation, gets a fantastic defense, which is why they won the Super Bowl. He didn't make mistakes last night. He did what he had to do, and he wins the Super Bowl. Congrats to Sam Darnold. And he came out of the same class, with Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and he's the guy not only playing for a Super Bowl, but winning a Super Bowl. So more power to him. The other thing that's interesting about the NFL is also this. The Seahawks were as high as a 75-1 odds of winning the Super Bowl before the season started. 18 teams had better odds of winning the Super Bowl than the Seahawks. 18. So then you look about next year. Are there 18, 19 teams that you could see winning the Super Bowl? Because that's how far it stretched this year for the Seahawks as they came from the best division in football and then ended up winning. Congrats to them. They got it done. We'll see where the ratings were. Of course, there was nothing else on. I mean, it is the game. It is the thing that we go and see. Hundreds of millions of people watching around the world. We've been talking about it. Your MVP is a running back, Kenneth Walker. He had 27 carries for 135 yards. Heck, he had almost 100 yards before the first half even ended. And this is another thing about running backs, how just uncommon it is to win the MVP. Mr. Producer Rye, any idea when the last time a running back was that won the MVP in the Super Bowl?
2000. I don't know. Early 2000s.
Here, let's just say it's been almost 30 years, 29 years since a running back won the MVP.
Who was it?
Terrell Davis and the Denver Broncos, 1997.
Okay.
And that's when you had a quarterback in John Elway who was trying to win a Super Bowl And he was kind of at the end, kind of like Peyton Manning when Peyton won one with Denver, where he had to rely on running backs to help out. And so Terrell Davis, 1997. Crazy. The ads that came out from last night, so I talked about a few of these that registered well with viewers last night. I thought this was pretty interesting. You had, I lost it. It was, oh man. Anyway, it was the Dunkin' Donuts ad that I liked with Ben Affleck, Jennifer Aniston, Tom Brady, Urkel. Who else was in that commercial again?
Carlton.
Yep.
You know, in my videographer's name is Carlton, so that was funny.
Is he a black man?
Yes.
And he's Carlton as
he
well.
Also has a low cut. He also.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's hilarious, man. It's like he's not Carlton because his dad is like Carlton's dad's like a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
My videographer guy is like dad's like a pastor, so it's like kind of the same thing but kind of different. But yeah,
That's funny stuff, man. Those were ads that I liked. That's for sure. I mean, I liked that ad last night. I did like the patriotic ad as well. And of course, I brought up earlier, if anybody else had any ads that they liked, I did like the Liquid Death ad just because I know what Liquid Death is all about. I have seen Liquid Death in the in the gas station refrigerators. And I'm like, Liquid Death. Who would drink something called Liquid Death? Or why would you name something Liquid Death?
felt the same way until I tried it.
You did try it.
I tried the water though. I don't like caffeinated drinks like that, but their water is really
Okay, is the water caffeinated or is it just straight water?
It's just straight mountain spring water.
So then maybe they branched off into this energy drink now.
Maybe, but yeah.
Trying to have a healthier energy drink for cat. It's basically
water,
it's coffee without coffee. A lot of caffeine in a drink is what they had last night. From that standpoint, I don't know. I mean, you could do that if you guys want to jump in the show. Like, subscribe, share the show. Of course, we live stream on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Once again, that's X, Facebook, and YouTube at Art City Now. Give us your comments. Chime in on the halftime show. That got a lot of play today, as we were talking about. The halftime show with Bad Bunny or the All-American show. Obviously, there's great ratings for the Super Bowl every year when it comes to the halftime show. Turning Point hosted their own great All-American show last night. 25 million views just on YouTube and Rumble. So massive success for them as well. But it would be great if we could just have one show for the entire country. That would be wonderful if we could all get along and actually pick people that everybody could, but you're never going to pick somebody that everybody likes. That's for sure. So why not put together an event that's all inclusive? Country, rap, Latino, whatever. Put it together if that's what you want to do. If you know, so that you're getting everything covered. Anyway, if you want to give us a call and talk about it, you can do that as well. The phone number is 855-282-8255. We are your Lou Information Station. We are live and on demand at louinfo.com. Besides the Super Bowl from last night, you've also got a situation where the Olympics are going on. Shout outs to, love the name Breezy Jackson. She won the downhill, a skier named Breezy. Lindsey Vonn crashed in her run on a torn ACL already, competing on a torn ACL. Gutsy performance for her trying to do it. Don't know why she did it. Maybe realizing it was her last time, thinking that the mountain was something that she could own since she's won, 13 times there already. Anyway, didn't go so well for her. But Breezy takes home the gold, which was cool. Then you had the U.S. figure skating team, the team competition. They won, edging out Japan, and they look awesome. The quad god, can't even pronounce his name. He looks so damn good. Best skater in the world. The Americans have the best skating team, which is really cool. They're going to need it. Yeah, they've got some discipline still ahead. Right now, Italy leads the medal count. 9 total medals, 1 gold, but 9 total. The Americans have 2 medals, 2 golds, and they got a lot of action coming up as well. The American women's hockey team plays today. They're 2-0 out of the gate. They're looking very good. They have I think you can watch them at 1:40 today. 1:40 of a chance. Check them out. They play really good hockey against Switzerland. Fun to watch them. Also, when it comes to the Americans and the men's hockey team, they get started later this week with their first game. Austin Matthews, the Toronto superstar forward, has been named the team captain for the men's team. That's pretty cool. By the way, the neurovirus, and they had some issues, had broke out in the Olympic Village. They had some issues there with some of the teams. The United States men's team thought about leaving, but said, no, we want to continue to be a part of this. So they're still staying in the Olympic Village right now. And, just hope and pray that they stay healthy and nothing happens to them. There's no issues and they go out and stay healthy. By the way, the Canadian men are the favorites to win gold. The Americans right behind them as the second place favorite to win gold. How about basketball? We had to talk about it, getting some of that action going. When it came to SLU dominated over the weekend. It was never going to be a close contest. SLU ended up just crushing them. Another sold-out venue. Are you enjoying SLU basketball if you've had a chance to get to any of the games? Are you enjoying this great story for St. Louis, which is a whole lot of fun? Looking very, very good. This is the best 24-game start in SLU history. They're 23-1, people. 23-1. Next game, Friday night, they're at Loyola. And I'm telling you, every team they play, they're favored against. And they're going to be favored against. And not even close. The last game of the year on a Saturday at George Mason is probably the only game that should be tight. Because George Mason looks like a decent team. And that's on the road. That's the only thing. I mean, that's it. So the Billikens are ranked 19th right now. A couple teams ahead of them did lose this week. So they're going to move up at least one spot. They're going to move up to at least 18. They may be up to 17 when the latest college basketball AP poll comes out today, which would make them the highest they've ever been rated was 18th. This is a chance for them to be up above 18, or that's the last time they were ranked. It was 18 was the last time they'd been ranked this high. So they have a chance to go well above and beyond that now. So congrats to the Billikens continuing on. Just finding where they had a lot of, and by the way, their 3-point shooting has been on fire. They're proven to be an outstanding 3-point shooting team. It's ironic because I watch the Billikens. I go from watching Mizzou at 12 o'clock on Saturday, who can't really hit many threes, to watching the Billikens who are dropping them from all over the place.
Dunlap, baby.
Dunlap looks.
Sharma, baby.
Sharma looks legit. They're all there. And I'm like, damn, the Billikens are hitting it. They understand it. So it's working for them. And speaking of hoops, as we get some of this action out before we get back, we'll finish the show with some of the Super Bowl stuff. Is Mizzou, they had a win that they had to have on the road against a bad South Carolina team. They had to prove that they could actually beat a bad team on the road. And they did good. So Mizzou hanging in there. They're 16-7. They're 6-4 in the SEC, which is 8th. That's 8th place in the SEC right now. So Wednesday night, they play at Texas A&M. Now, Texas A&M isn't ranked, but Texas A&M is 17-6, one game better than Mizzou. But they're 7-3 in the conference, which is 4th. And what's ironic is the top two teams in the SEC are Florida right now and Kentucky. Mizzou beat them both. It's like Mizzou beat both those teams. Yet they're down in 8th and they're 6-4. And it's like, what the heck? How is this happening? But they're trying to hang in there, do the best that they can. That's coming up on Wednesday. Once again, Wednesday night when it comes to that action. We were talking about the Olympics, which are coming up, all of those things that are happening. Also, when it comes to any other things, if you guys wanted to get any shout outs out before we got out today, when it comes to the Super Bowl last night, everything that went down with everything, whether it was the game, whether it was the commercials, the halftime show, MVP, I think we kind of understood what was going to happen right there. We already kind of knew that. We knew that these guys were going to win. I mean, or we knew once the game started who was probably going to win. And it ended up being one of those things. So, we'll see. Maybe these people can all stick together. By the way, another guy that did very, very, very well last night, Devin Weatherspoon for the Seahawks. Phenomenal player. Went to Illinois, started Illinois. His only Division I offer coming out of high school was Illinois. This happens with so many college recruits where you don't even hear about them. They get overlooked. They're the diamond in the rough. And he had a really good game. I think he had 2 sacks last night, had them both early on, which was freaking awesome. Awesome. Gotta love it. Also, it's happening again. Okay, I see it. Budweiser's patriotic Freebird Super Bowl commercial now has gone viral on social media as well. So we all know that they had some issues a few years ago. But I think they've totally turned the page. And they're promoting the American dream and things like that back. So they've overcome the situation from a few years ago. We all remember what Budweiser was dealing with. I mean, they self-sabotaged themselves, and now it looks like they've totally come back, which is really, really good. The other thing from last night, yeah. Okay, we got it. Absolutely. Buddy, I'm still listening to people. I love Bad Bunny. I hate Bad Bunny. I love Bad Bunny. I hate Bad Bunny. And I just hope next year they don't have to have a separate concert, that everything can be done. But Turning Point has already said that they'll do a second concert next year as well. And you just hope that this isn't what's going to continue to happen, but I don't know. We'll see where it all goes. By the way, we're glad that you're with us today. The time goes by fast. Keep in mind, you can always let us know about interviews you would like to talk to us about. If you have ideas for show content, we would certainly do that as well. We'd love talking to you there. Anything that comes from that standpoint. Congratulations again to the Super Bowl winning Seattle Seahawks. I'm curious, my friend. You're a Rams fan. Stafford wins the MVP. Where the Rams go into next year?
They're going back into what they did this year. They lost last year. They lost in the NFC Championship. This year they lost an NFC Championship. Now I'm getting to the point to where can we get over the hump?
I'm wondering, and Stafford's
done it once.
Stafford's gonna, and the NFC to me next year is going to be very, very interesting. Yeah, I'm a Lions fan.
Oh, y'all are in trouble.
We're gonna see.
I think y'all are in trouble. Caleb Williams is only getting better.
Well,
Burden's only getting better.
I know the Lions beat the Bears both times they played this year. Still,
I love when I see
and
Caleb
beat them by
Williams
30 points the first time. So I don't know, man.
Oh yeah, I want Detroit to be good because I like seeing Caleb Williams cry to his mommy. So
I like Caleb. I do like Caleb though. If you guys are so keep your hopes up for your NFL teams for next year. I'll be curious to see where the Chiefs settle in next year. Will Travis Kelce be back? How long is it going to take for Patrick Mahomes to get back to who he is and where he's going? Because we know that there's so many Chiefs fans in the area as well. Serious concerns, I believe, things from that standpoint to look at. But we'll see where it all goes, obviously, for next year. But we appreciate you guys jumping in with us. And, of course, we'll talk more about where the ratings were for the Super Bowl last night. It was a tough one to watch. First quarter was decent. You're like, okay. And then it's like, I could do without 15 punts and 5 field goals. Literally, that's what it was. And if you know me, when it comes to the kicking game, Okay, if it's part of the game, be good at it. But I'm not into games being decided by a ton of field goals. I still wish there was a way they could utilize and come up with a way to make it better. Or you're forced to go for it on fourth down or something. So it is what it is. Guys, thanks for joining us today. This is Art City Now. Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Jansen, Jim the Cat Hayes. They're coming back. Be curious to see what they're going to say about the Super Bowl today. By the way, you can catch them on YouTube and, of course, on 590 AM. They've got the same number as us, 855-282-8255. As always, have a good day. Stay positive. The weather today, by the way, 56, 57, sunny. It's going to be that way again tomorrow. Enjoy the day. Enjoy everything that they have for us out there. Enjoy. Stay positive as well. Hot Take Central 2.0 coming up next. Following that, it's the MIZ STL show today with Grant Salzman, Brendan Schaefer, and myself, talking all things Mizzou, talking about the win on Saturday, and, of course, what they have coming up this Wednesday night, that huge game at Texas A&M. And, of course, that will be followed by Charlie Tuna and the Posse from 11 to 1. All right. Have a great day. Stay positive. For producer Rye, I'm Vic Faust. That does it for Art City Now. We will see you tomorrow morning at 6.